What up, everyone? Have you ever thought about the limits of Mars travel? What kind of devices we ever need to make life possible there? In today's video, we are going to discuss a particular one, that is MOXIE, which is gonna play a big part in this game. So, let's hop into it.
We can kill a light, hit the lights, let it black out, hit the lights, let it black out.
MOXIE is the machine which will be able to process oxygen for us on the Mars. Okay, but how? So to understand that, we have to clear how the Martian atmosphere looks like. It has three layers: troposphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. So as you can see, it's not like on Earth because there is no stratosphere and as well ozone layer. However, it can seasonally appear. In the mesosphere, it reaches a temperature when even CO2 freezes, and in the thermosphere, UV rays concentrate. The Martian atmosphere has 95 to 96% of CO2 content, 2.6% of nitrogen, 1.9% of argon, and also other gases like oxygen is represented in the atmosphere of Mars, but just in a low percentage, only 0.13% of the whole. In consequence, when we talk about the future of Mars colonization, we do need to increase the percentage of oxygen in the Martian atmosphere and in the Martian bases. Scientists of course came up with an idea, MOXIE, which I mentioned it before. This amazing mechanical device has been under making since the beginning of the year 2000. The name MOXIE stands for Mars Oxygen In-Situ Research Utilization Experiment. First of all, what does In-Situ Research Utilization, aka ISRU, means? It's basically the process which by humans can make their own supplies in the space. It means they can collect materials, food supply, and everything that's needed. Later on they can use, store, and process them. Take an example just to make it more clear. Since the beginning of 2000, the ISS is equipped with solar panel for energy supply in order to have a constant crew presence. By this energy, they can collect, store, and process it. As a result, the ISS is guaranteed with enough energy supply. The project has two main goals, and by this they can make space travel so much cheaper because they don't have to waste money on sending more rockets with the needed supplement, and they don't have to plan much bigger rockets. Moreover, astronauts and later human colonists on Mars have to be safe. NASA has to make sure that every basic life circumstance is ready for the arrival of humanity. On top of that, the crazy plan of the colonization of Mars only can work if they put enough effort in ISRU, and with it, we take a big step forward. MOXIE is gonna play a big part in this, because as we all know, oxygen is needed for life. Basically, MOXIE's job will be to make O2 from CO2. And how can it be done by just a machine? We all know trees, right? Except for the areas where deforestation reached a number that results children don't know trees. However, let's assume everybody knows trees. MOXIE actually works like a tree. It lets CO2 into itself and electrochemically splits it up into O2 and CO. You may have the question, what is electrochemistry? Electrochemistry means that a chemical reaction is caused or accompanied by electricity. Firstly, CO2 is pressurized into MOXIE and it is regulated into the SOXY part of it, which means solid oxide electrolyzer, where an electrochemical process is happening. It splits up at the cathode and we got pure O2 at the anode, in reverse of a fuel cell. The SOXY part of it works at 800 Celsius degrees, which is a huge requirement for thermal isolation and the cooling system. Moreover, MOXIE will be able to analyze oxygen and as well make pure O2. These analytics will be provided by a strict measurement. At this stage of the device, MOXIE is able to make 8 grams of oxygen per hour, which is gonna add up 1% rate of the future mission's needs. The device measures 17.1 kilograms and works at 300 watts. However, on top of the incredible experiment which MOXIE is capable of, we have to keep that fact in mind that it's under development even if they want to launch it in 2020. MOXIE's siblings in the future will probably be 100 times bigger to really be able to provide the needs of the human missions. All in all, MOXIE is gonna play a big part in the safety of future humans on the Mars. But that was for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then maybe give us a like or subscribe. And as usual, see you after the blackout.